Alright, let's continue on our merry little way. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and the quick-fingered aureus that made off with it. An aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would of course lead to not only to the aureus, would only lead us to the aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I could follow behind and scour the forest floor, just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Yeah. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poitin Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Bro, I am not okay. Fuck you, Emmett. Whoa, what are you? Whoa. Fucking Emmett being like, ooh, I'm the convocation, and you need to tell me your name and fuck you. Oh wait, what? What am I supposed to be doing? Oh right, search for the concept crystal. Okay. Okay. No, don't notice me. Please. Okay, we're good. Oh, it's probably like all the way up there, huh? Okay. I have to circle around. God damn it. Okay. Excuse me, pardon me, don't notice. God, that's fine. We'll just keep running. He'll be okay. Wait, am I stupid? No, hold on. No. Am I just looping back around? Please tell me I'm not just looping back around. I'm gonna be very pissed off. I am looping back around. Oh my god. Huh? Huh? What? Oh my god, I am stupid. I can't believe I'm this stupid. Oh my god. Me circling around the same fucking rock for like 15 minutes. I am angry. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the aureus no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better? Yee, I have it. Here you go. The crystal! Well done! Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without the missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? What will you say? I've often been asked to do so, or traveling and searching go hand in hand. Yep. You travel often then? It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate the missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is that one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. Oh my god, they just disappeared for a second. A past not yet come to pass. Verna is in a cheerful mood. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Okay. Wait! The Corporacurs! Oh my god, look at them! There's 3! I love them. Okay, up here? Yeah. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Ooh! Oh, this is so nice. No, hey, this music. Stop.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Fuck, dude. Oh man, I hope this doesn't alter the course of history. This would be very, very fucking bad if it did. Okay, in the future I came from, a calamity called the final days has befallen the world, or the world has been sundered, broken into shards, or mankind is being forced to flee the star. I'm not gonna say the final days. I am gonna say the world has been sundered, broken into shards.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Elidibus in the fucking grave is like, he's gonna fucking like kill us. He's gonna be like, why? I told you not to fucking say shit! Oh, we are literally telling them everything. No, this is dangerous, dude. No! Oh wow, we are literally, we are going for it, dude. Man, this is gonna have some heavy repercussions and consequences.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous. While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous.
Yeah, they're not gonna believe us, dude.
What of you, Verna?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital in Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
I don't know how else I can, like, prove my words. Wait, don't we have the Azem crystal? Can't we, like... Wait, no, let's not do that.
Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
I mean, he has every right to be upset.
Wait!
They have every right to be. We literally just told them, like, oh yeah, like, you guys became these, like, villains, you know?
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Okay, what would you say? Dynamis is key to all of this. Hermes and Medion are somehow involved, or I'm still trying to make sense of this all. Dynamis is key to all of this.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteion? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Oh, Verna. Thank you.
Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Damn, dude. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I only know that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Medion, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Alright. See the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insight. Go and ask her questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. No! Is it gonna be like a thing like I have to choose questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. No! The following event cannot be skipped. I hate this. I'm gonna feel. Greetings, Ismene. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Verna. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. And the man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail, and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? How How long has Median been here, or do you know of Median's abilities? Do you know of her abilities? It's no secret that she is a highly unusual familiar. Of late, the chief often makes his rounds with her, like a mother hen raising her chick. I understand that she's able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I have not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Dang it. What will you say? Do you wish you knew him better, or do you trust him? Do you trust him? I beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years, though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. I think I fucked up. Yep, I fucked up. Yeah, forgive us. We seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who can tell us a bit more about Median? That would be, Timayos? He has a similar expertise with flying concepts, and is more eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. Damn it! We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. I'm so bad at these. Think nothing of it. Is there anything, if there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. I fucked up! I'm sorry! Come, Avery. I think we've taken enough of Ismin's time. Please. I'm so bad at this, dude. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here I propose we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers, if you could track down the colleague Ismin mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with this, Timus. I'm gonna call him Tim, because I'm not gonna remember the name. Horrible. Hello. Oh. Well, this stinks. Well, you guys have a lovely time. Oh, there he is. Hello there. Yes, I'm Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. I hate this, yep. So, what is it that, you wish to know about? Oh god. This music is a bop, though. Is it true that you're an expert on flying creations? Or what do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Is it true you're an expert? A fellow enthusiast, are you? Well, settle in and we can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. Oh no, no! Dude, I hate this. This is I'm so bad at this. My deep and abiding love of avian artistry can be traced back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the transcendent beauty of a glorious golden-feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I vowed to one day to surpass that masterpiece. Oh, Yep, Timaeus launches into a rambling and unstoppable discourse. But please don't show up. And thus did I secure an observer's role here in Elpis, and at last realized my childhood ambition. Here are the dreams I once dreamed are an everyday reality in which I find fulfillment through the research and creation of new flying lifeforms. In a abridged recounting of events, as was doubtless to your disappointment, is there any specific part you would like me to expound upon? I'm so stupid. I keep forgetting. You were hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations, then why didn't you say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of my creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated, which sets the chief's creations apart. However, it's how they benefit from his boundless knowledge with the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Why not mimic his process, or Medion 2 is a marvel then? Sure, I'll go with that one. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Medion as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and Enteleches? Or I could tell you more of Medion's nature if you like. Do you know of Dynamis and Enteleches? Dynamis and Enteleches. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here on Elpis, which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Then why bring— I hate this. Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Damn, now I really must return to my observations. Surely you have some other tasks to attend to. I fucked up. Verna is gonna be like, you're an idiot. And I'm gonna be like, you're right. You're so right. Oh god. Please tell me that, like, please tell me I didn't need to. Wait a second. You guys are from Eureka. Hey, Vanette, I'm stupid. Please forgive me. Good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. So have you any new findings to share? No, I'm stupid. I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project and would provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. Witness to the spectacle. Vanat is musing over your recent findings. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the intellect keys which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of those terms, let alone study them in any depth. Except for Hermes, it seems. Thus am I inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the chief overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Medion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? What would you say? There are more like her. She has sisters, or she and her sisters were created to journey to the stars in search for intelligent life. Yeah. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? I'm sorry, Vanat. So, these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Perpetua Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path up to the west. Okay. To the west. no, it's cloudy. Damn. Whoa! Please, now! I run. This tower and the one further along are both part of Perpetua Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observation and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak to over with the other tower, I shall join you there anon. No, please, please not. No, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so bad at questioning, dude. I always like choose an option that I think would be the best, and then it ends up being wrong, and I'm just like, oh my god, please. Hello. You have questions for me? Certainly, just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, so if you could provide a comprehensive log of these behaviors, we should have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what is it that you wish to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Medion. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes by without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Medion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Medion heavensward, a host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mr. Spenac, I thought you had returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since been engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasios, Thalassi? Oh my god. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vanat, even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travel as a Zen. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis for many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet up with Galeen in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful. Thank you. I have have opened up the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway, and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabasio's Thalassy. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. Okay. Ooh. Wow, this is pretty. Mr. Vanat just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway. Ooh. This is really pretty. Oh, I love the lights. The little street lights. They're so cool. Alright, unhurried observer. Mistress Vanat, I was not told to expect... we should have prepared an official welcome. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for somewhat of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. Oh, cutscene. Oh!
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
I mean, I think so. As beautiful as ever. Some parts, yes. Others, not so much, or it's more beautiful here. Some parts, yes. Others, not so much.
Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
This is really cute, dude. Oh, are we telling her about Horshaphant? Oh no!
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility. Built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning. And my purpose. My love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
100% yes. Throughout everything, it's all been worth it. Every pain, every joy.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Oh.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south? But Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
God, this is interesting. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step would be to divine why, or even if he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. Longer episode this time, but what an interesting tale so far. So until next time, take care.